Moving on to the next corner in the first round, the last corner selected in the first round. This one kind of scratched my head a little bit. Not only, did I think the Packers, need to go somewhere else with this pick, but you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I think his 40 time pushed him up into the first round. But the Green Bay Packers select Eric Stokes, cornerback out of Georgia, at pick 29 in the first round. Let me know, what did you see? Obviously we know that the speed is there, but was he deserving of a first round pick?
I mean, that's a little high, but anytime you see somebody test, that well, it's going to definitely bump them up because they just possess type of talent that a lot of guys don't. I think for Eric Stokes, the biggest thing is just playing with that same, like all the athletic ability that he possesses, play with that. I thought there were times where he didn't really challenge himself too much, played it a little too safe, didn't squeeze routes, from off coverage. And I'm like, man, is he worried about getting beat? Is he worried about guys being able to outrun him? Like, if so, like, bro, you possess all the talent. So I think with him, that's what I would like to see more. Like, challenge yourself more because you have the ability. He plays corner like I would. But, I was a 4.55 guy. Like, I didn't run a 4.2. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ran a 4.2, then I could have played it a little different. Trust that you have the ability to win on a vertical route. Like, make them throw that. Like, that's the lowest percentage pass anyways. But you have the speed to be able to catch up, and challenge yourself in that way. Don't be in such a rush to give up, the underneath passes. I thought from that standpoint, he can get better. I think, on a positive note, I think his technique is really sound for the most part, especially at the line of scrimmage. Does a really good job of working square and getting hands on. So that, along with ability, is kind of probably what the Packers are banking on.
You said something. You hitting us with this knowledge, so I'm gonna need you to break it down for the casual fan who may not understand exactly what you said. One thing that I heard, because I hear it differently. You said he doesn't squeeze routes in off coverage. Explain that a little bit in depth so that the people understand exactly what you meant by that.
Well, sometimes like guys will be playing kind of off and in the shuffle, and he'll have a guy kind of running at him and then break his route off, and he just kind of drifts off a little bit, and then finally he closes, but quarterback throws it, is just pitch and catch. I would like to see him kind of challenge that a little bit more to where it's like, hey, like, anticipate a little bit better, squeeze that route. If you're wrong, then like, okay, like now it's just a foot race, but you run the 4.2. But he plays it like I would play it, right? Like I would be worried about getting beat over the top because I ran in the 4.5s. You run in the 4.2s. You can challenge yourself in different ways that I can't. And that's why, like, a lot of guys that you see that are really good at the cornerback position, they're able to challenge themselves. Deion Sanders, like, he can challenge himself. So yeah, Deion can be more aggressive, squeezing routes, reading things down, because if you do throw a vertical, he can turn around with that. Jalen Ramsey, another guy, he ran a 4.41, right? Like combine, like he's another guy, he can really run. So he challenging himself in a different way. Like, the good corners, Stephon Gilmore, all those guys, like they can all run and they challenge themselves from that standpoint. So, playing it safe it's not gonna cut it. You're just gonna end up giving up a lot of catches in front of you. Now, maybe you don't get beat deep, but there's no reward either for that. Except for maybe PFF saying he gave up the least amount of deep balls. Like, it's like, all right, but what plays is he making? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, not to say he didn't make plays. He did make some plays, but I'm saying he could have even been more like shut down if he would have challenged himself from more and maybe been a higher draft pick.
Right. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot, E. I've been watching your videos, man. I see you've been putting in work, grinding in the weight room and keeping the body right. You still in the 4.5s, bro?
Hell nah, man. I'd be lucky to break 4.8. I can work out, but man, not running. You start getting old and you don't use it anymore. I'm 34 years old now. I just turned 34 last week, so it starts to get a little tougher. To be able to hold that knee drive. I could probably run 4.85. Maybe.
Okay. That's all good.